Boom. Hey, hey. Synthfan 23 in the Heezy. Pandora CRW. Alaska Cindy, Pasta D, Cecile Cassimi, and Fox Hill Dreams. Tina G, Too Real as It Gets, your boy Ken. Karen Purdy from Newton Falls, Ohio. Samantha, Kathleen, Cha-Cha, Matt Meehan, Steph, and me, Brooklyn Dad, BDD, Lucy, Alina, Mel, Julian Gautier, Scribbles, My Dibbles, Amanda Crawford, Deborah B, Kathleen Cross, Gina P, RJ, Victorina, Tanise, Watcher Soko, Kathy Murphy, Paula Freitas, Lee Saunders, Petty Deb. Hey! Look at Gavin Rutherford and Michelle Warmup. Hey! Sandra's in the house with her new puppy. Oh. Valerie is here too. Ben Carlozo. Welcome to another episode of Storytime with BDD. I'm your host, BDD, aka Brooklyn Dad, and this is Storytime. Gling, gling. Happy Monday, everyone. I hope you guys had a phantasmical weekend. I most certainly did. We did a lot of TV watching. Oh, boy, because it was rainy. What else are you going to do when it's raining? It was just raining this whole weekend, but that's April showers for you. Anyway, we're going to get into all of that and a little bit more. Today's going to be actually a kind of fun show in Stories of the Day. Stories of the Day. Day 11 of the Derek Chauvin trial heard emotional testimony from Philonise Floyd and brings us one day closer to prosecution resting. What does it mean to be living while black? We'll discuss.
Yo, Adrian. Sylvester Stallone is the newest member of Mar-a-Lago. Hey.
We got a special new feature for you guys today. It's Can You Name That TV Show Theme? Last but not least, today's You Raggedy Bish is none other than the corny senator from Texas, John Cornyn. Corny! He's corny as hell. So as I had mentioned, we had some movies and TV watching this weekend, and let me see, where is it? Okay, Friday night, there we go. Friday night, we checked out this movie on Netflix. It's called Thunder Force, starring Melissa McCarthy and Octavia Spencer. And look, it's not going to win any awards for, acting or writing, but it was fun. This was like total timeline cleanse. Total timeline cleanse. When you need to escape, yeah, it was serviceable. It was entertaining. It was funny. Anything that Melissa McCarthy is going to be in is funny. So, yeah, I recommend it. If you like having a good time and you can turn your brain off, this was perfect. Next, however, we decided to tune in to the show. This is actually a TV show. It's a whole season, 10 episodes called Them. And if you saw the movie Us, it's similar, but it's not similar at all. It's really not similar at all. This was heavy, guys. This was heavy. It was at times very difficult to watch. It was infuriating. At times, it felt like torture. You're like watching this family tortured. So basically, this could have been a true story, except for the whole supernatural aspect of it. There was some supernaturals, there was some spirits in here. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but a black family moves from North Kakalaki. This was on Amazon Prime. The other one, Thunder Force, is on Netflix. This one, the family moved from North Kakalaki to Compton. Now, as some of you may know, Compton today is a primarily black area, yeah? But back in the day, it was primarily white. It was an exclusive area, and their neighbors were none too happy to see them move in. And, you're clenching your fists throughout most of this. We finished it. We powered through this whole show. And I was like, all right, now the spirits are going to come and flip the script on the disgusting neighbors, right? No, man, you had to suffer through this with the family. It was brutal. But I will say this. It did have a good ending. If you have the intestinal fortitude to make it through 10 hours worth of a family suffering to the nth degree, then this is for you. But this is not for if you. It was gory. It was scary too, but mostly really enraging. Because a lot of this shit actually did happen. A lot of it. So, okay. So, with that discussed, oh my God. Yeah, if your thing is horror, it legitimately had some scary stuff. Scary stuff. But it's not for the weak of heart. Now, let's jump right on into our quick hits. Beat that ass! Beat it! Beat it like it stole something. He tried to steal the election. Okay, where's my quick hits here? Boom. There we go. Excuse me. Cindy McCain, the widow of John McCain, senator, the late Senator John McCain, has a new gig. She was recently appointed as by President Biden to be the U.S. ambassador to the World Food Program. It's a big honor. Just to have the word ambassador attached to your name, it's a big deal. So, Joe Biden did promise that he was going to be a president for all the people, and I suspect that him reaching out to Cindy McCain, who did stick her neck out there for Joe Biden. She supported him, she endorsed him, and those R's, or I guess we can call them Q's now, those Q's did not love Cindy McCain for that, but good on her and good on President Biden for slowly but surely bringing more R's into the fold. Perhaps they can be converted into Dems. We don't know. This has never been done before, but we shall see.
Yo, Adrian. Yeah.
This chucklehead, Sylvester Stallone, famous for his roles as Rambo and Rocky Balboa, he plunked a huge chunk of cash for the purpose of a membership at Mar-a-Lago. Yes, indeed. It's a shame that nowadays our politics are so polarized that when somebody pulls some stupid shit, you can no longer enjoy their stuff. I really did enjoy Rocky. Truth be told, I enjoyed the Rocky movies, all of them. Well, not all of them, 1 through 4 mostly. But yeah, I did enjoy it, and I enjoyed a bunch of his, he can't act, but he can fight, and he's got big muscles, and that's all you need really for an action adventure movie. But yeah, he is supporting Donald Trump. And it's surprising, dude. Like, you're landing on that shit list, right? Like, you're no longer sitting at the cool kids table. I guess he doesn't give a damn. He most recently appeared at the White House when Trump was giving a posthumous pardon to boxer, was it Jim Johnson? He's a black boxer. And so, yeah, I mean, I guess Spanky could use some more friends because people are dropping like flies from Spanky's circle. But this guy, he doesn't have enough in his Venmo account to get an audience with Spanky McDumbass. No, Matt Gaetz is persona non grata in Trump world. Nope, he doesn't want to see him. Don't know him. No, I don't even know. I don't know. Who's Matt Gaetz? I don't know a Matt Gaetz. I know a guy who used to bring coffee who looks like Matt Gaetz, but I don't know him at all. I maybe saw him once or twice. Yeah. Spanky does not want anything to do with him. And that's something. If Donald Trump, who is notorious for sexual assault and, his own issues that he has with his own daughter, if that guy doesn't have time for his most loyal follower, Matt Gaetz, oh, little baby feels sad. Yo, you have a lot more problems headed your way than not being able to spend time with Trump. You need to save your pennies and get yourself some legal representation. Check out that. Check out the Kraken. What's her name? Sidney Powell. She's horrible. All right, that's it for the quick hits. I did say quick hits, so that was quick. Now let's jump right on into that fun part of the show. You know what it is. It's the timeline cleanse. Timeline cleanse. Oh, I forgot to ask you guys. Are you still hearing feedback, delay, what's that called? The reverb or whatever? Or am I clear? Am I free and clear? That's what I need to know. I made some modifications, some adjustments to the audio, et cetera, et cetera. How am I sounding? Am I good? Still echo? No what? No echo. It's good. I like it so much. Beautiful. Okay, so first up, have any of you guys ever had a chocolate apple? Serious question. Have you ever had a chocolate apple? Because if you have, not all chocolate apples are the same.
All right, so you have to stick your finger in here. Right here. All right, so you have to stick your finger
Watch
in
again. Watch again.
Here. Right here. All right, so you have to stick your finger in here. Right here.
Chocolate apple. Yo, if those are my kids doing that to me, they'd be in some
All right.
they'd be in some serious trouble, man. That's funny though. I love a good prank. All right, this next one, it was actually chocolate, guys. It wasn't poop in the apple. It was chocolate. Next up, this is our sports. This is a little sports clip. This, I'm about to show you a 6-year-old who has mastered skateboarding. 6. She's 6. See right there? Yeah, that's where you lost me right there. I will never, ever do that. Nope. Just perched at the edge like that. And look at that. She's 6. She's little. And she got those moves. Look at that. She can't even get out herself. She had to pull me up. This is fantastico. I love that she has the courage to do this. Like, that is an amazing spirit. Just right there. I'm terrified. Right there. Her parents, how did they? Obviously, she has a skateboarder mom or dad who is like, yeah, let me show you how to rock this. Yes, the pink dress is perfect. Okay. Next up, this is also a sports-related thing, but it's also just like a human thing. This one is the real essence of Timeline Cleanse. So in team sports, even though they are team sports, like basketball, for instance, you are supposed to pass the ball and everybody's supposed to get a try, but everybody doesn't always get a try. It's usually the biggest and the strongest and the fastest and the most skilled who get to handle the rock. Well, in this instance, in a world where you can be anything, be a number 50. See, number 50, that's the big kid right there. Give me the ball. He gives it back to Shorty. Here, come on. We're going to do this together. Come on. And he sinks it. The littlest guy. Now it feels good. When you're doing sports, it's not always like winning isn't always what it's about. The ability to have fun. See, the first time he tried it didn't go in. He says, no, give it here. Give it. He's the biggest, right? The biggest. He can say, yo, give me that, or else. I love it. It's beautiful. That is the Timeline Cleanse, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining me for that. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's do that thing. You know what it is. It's our roll call. Show me where you're coming from. Show me where you are at. If that was my kid, number 50, I'd be so proud of him. I'd take him out and get an ice cream. Let's get an ice cream. It is cool and sweet, Asmila. Yes. And Pandora. Wait, Cindy is in Lakewood, Washington. Pandora's in Boston. Kathy Murphy is stuck in CT. We got Samantha from the Bronx. Petty Deb in Arizona. She B from Chicago. Melissa McQueen says, good sportsmanship. Star Shoemate is in Columbus, Ohio. Amanda is in Arkansas. Kat from Michigan. Jeffriner from Wisconsin Rapids. Tina G in Albuquerque. Corey Lord from Bellevue, Washington. Michelle Warmoth from Berlin, CT. Janet from CT. You CTs, you guys sync it up so that you're back to back. What is that? Nurse Mitch from Glen Burnie, Maryland. Monique from the DMV. Kathleen Cross in Boothwyn, Pennsylvania. Linda Taylor in Aiken, South Kakalaki. Winnie from Lawrenceville, New Jersey. Synthfan from Florida, the Some-Bit State. Pasta D is showing off again in Georgia. She's got 80-something degrees. So fancy for you. Let's see. Foxhill Dreams from Aiken, South Kakalaki's got 85 degrees. Wow, that's fancy. Deborah Baldini, that's Wildflower from Woodstock here. Too real as it gets from Alberta, Canada. Natalie B. from Oyster Bay, Long Island, folks. Long Island. Mel is here from Stamford, CT. See, Mel, you didn't sync that up with the other two CTs up there. You got to get better with that. T from the Bronx. That's Tanise. Let's see, Audrey, you too, from Brooklyn, baby, of course. Mo in Punxsutawney Mo from Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania, and late as hell. It's okay, I'm there too, man. It's me on CP time. Melissa McQueen has beautiful weather. Cecile from Grapevine, Texas. Gina from New Jersey. Mickey and Bella are here in Greece, New York. Stephanie in Spring Hill, Florida. Cindy from Alaska. That's Anchorage, Alaska. Jennifer Sawyer that's Jenna from Richmond, Virginia. Anita from Lubbock, Texas. Lisa Hathaway says, hello from Cleveland, Ohio. Alina from Illinois. Laurie B. from Raleigh, Massachusetts. Lucy from Orange County, California. Julianne Gauthier from the Central Coast of California says, happy Monday. Bernadette in Phoenix, Arizona. Lee from Leeds, UK. Hey, they opened up again today. Congratulations. Don't mess it up. Stella is lazy in Los Angeles. Watcher Soko says, hi from Orange County, California. Karen Purdy from Newton Falls, Ohio. There she is. Ivana Hug and Kiss in Brooklyn. You guys know who that is. That's Matt Meehan. Knucklehead. Patty from Gainesville, Texas. Cha-Cha from sunny Seattle. Val in Staten Island got her You Need to Leave shirt today. You need to leave. Stacy in SoCal, mostly listening while working. The Trump Reaper is eating a Reuben in lousy weather, Long Beach, California. Let me tell you guys, if you haven't had a Reuben, it is delicious. You must try it at least once. It's got the sauerkraut. It's got the, I believe it's corned beef, right? And the melted Swiss cheese on, is it rye? I believe it's supposed to be on rye. Yeah. Asmila J is working in H-Town. KMW is in Maryland. Kenna is in Spokane Valley, Washington. Paula Freitas from Madeira Island, Portugal. Sandra is here in Paramount, California. Oh, she's got puppy pictures for me to check out in my DM. I can't wait. All right, let's see. Patty Duke for life from Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. RJ says, always Florida. One day he'll be somewhere else. Sylvia Correa from Madeira Island, Portugal. And let's see, Chrissy from Chile, Connecticut is here. Ness from Connecticut. You got some more Connecticut. We got 4 Connecticut's so far. Connecticut. Ben Carlazzo from Cleveland rocks. And Solid Blue Sister is heartbroken over Minneapolis weekend events in Southern California. You and me both. We're going to talk about that. Hey, EG is in the house. For you guys who don't know, that's Eponymous George. And Cindy is reminding us to please don't forget to hit the like button while we wait for BDD to get through all of us. Debbie with Alexa and Blake in Boca Raton. Your boy Ken says it's 81 degrees in Texas. Nice. Patricia says send it to the Northeast 40 in Pennsylvania. Gavin Rutherford in Scotland. Wilbur, roo. That's our dog lover buddy from Martinez, Georgia. And Pandora says jealous 45 in Beantown. Victorina sending love in Pahrump, Nevada. And then Sinsanity in Boxborough, Massachusetts. Welcome back. And let's see, Sleepy T from Memphis, Tennessee. Welcome. That's a new one. I'm pretty sure that's new. Pretty sure. Let's see. Yeah, now Kathleen says, now I want a Reuben. Yeah, I'm kind of hungry too. Let's see. Everybody's hungry now from that Reuben. South Kakalaki just doesn't do deli. Sad. Let's see. Hey, and we're done. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's jump right into our first thing. I just want to get through all of these so we can get to the TV show thing because this shit is funny. All right, sip. Here we go. Excuse me. So day 11 on the Derek Chauvin trial. It started off with Judge Cahill. Judge Cahill was actually denying a defense request for the jury to be sequestered. And I was shocked by this because I was like, you mean that jury's not sequestered? What? Like, I'm just shocked by that. I assumed that all high-profile cases, they have to sequester because, I mean, it's everywhere. They're talking about this shit on every channel. It's on the newspapers. It's, it's on the internet. I guess in today's day and age, for you to fully sequester someone, you got to take away their phone, take away their computer, put them in a hotel. I'm pretty sure that's what they used to do back in the day. I don't understand how these folks can avoid, being swayed one way or the other if they're not sequestered. So anyway, they're not sequestered, and this was brought up because of the events over the weekend where we saw a young 20-year-old man lost his life, Dante Wright. We're going to talk about that later. But anyway, as far as the testimony, we heard from Dr. Jonathan Rich, and Dr. Rich had that same kind of energy that I felt from Dr. Tobin. Like, I trusted him. He's, up to the wazoo with qualifications, and like, the dude is an expert in his field. He's a speaker, yada, yada, yada. But most importantly, he did provide testimony that Jennifer Reyna says, are they all elderly with no access to internet? Yeah, I mean, that's what I was saying. If you're going to sequester somebody, you got to take away all of their shit and put them in a cave with no electricity, no nothing. But yeah, this guy, Dr. Rich, was very good. And the most important thing that he brought in his testimony was that, yet again, he is another expert who confirmed that George Floyd, the cause of George Floyd's death was none other than the knee placed on his neck.
Here's my question for you, Dr. Rich. Do you have an opinion as to whether George Floyd would have lived if not for Mr. Chauvin's subdual and restraint of him for 9 minutes and 29 seconds on the ground?
Yeah. It's overruled. A reasonable degree of medical certainty.
Yes, I believe he would have lived.
Yeah, and then the prosecuting attorney, Mr. Blackwell, he attempted several other times to ask him, if this was a healthy individual, And then that was objected to by the defense, and the judge sustained it, so he didn't get to do that. But what I didn't appreciate was then the defense attempted to sneak one of those. Well, would you agree then that if Mr. Floyd had just gotten into the car, he would be alive today? That's some bullshit. Again, that's some bullshit. Mr. Floyd is not on trial today, yesterday, last week at all. He's deceased. The person who is on trial is the one who is responsible for the death. But Dr. Rich, he's very savvy, and he saw like a mile away what this guy was trying to do, and he stuck to his answer. So I appreciated that very much. Excuse me. I just want to mention Fox Hill Dreams is informing me that Tennessee, 1 dead, officer shot, and suspect in custody. I did hear about that a little while ago. I think it was a chase. And I think the chase also involved, this was like somebody being pulled over, and involved somebody taking a gun and pointing it out the window at the cops. Stupid, idiotic. I can't with these goddamn shootings. I can't. So after Dr. Rich, they brought what I thought was the final and like probably the star witness was Philonise Floyd, which was George Floyd's younger brother. And this I thought would have been a perfect witness to wrap on, to close it out. I mean, he gave some emotional testimony. The importance of his testimony, I think, was to humanize George Floyd, because really, all of us that have been following this story and this trial, we only know George Floyd through his 9 minutes and 26 seconds of suffering. That's all we know of George Floyd. Yeah, we see some random pictures with him and his daughter, but really, that's all we see. And, Philonise knew him, obviously, like a brother. And he gets to flesh out, what his life experience was with George Floyd and the kind of person that George Floyd was. And then he saw a picture of his mom and George Floyd, and it got him. He kind of broke down, and understandably so. He lost his mother and his brother during a period when he just got married. I mean, this is supposed to be a joyous time. Oh, okay. Excuse me. Watcher Soko is correcting me. She says shooting at high school. Oh, God damn. In Tennessee. That's what happened. The thing I was talking about, that car chase, that was somewhere else. Yeah. No. Watcher Soko has it right. She is correct. Yeah. There was a chase that happened somewhere else. 9 minutes and 29 seconds. Thank you, Lisa Hathaway. So yeah, he broke down when he saw the picture of his mother and his brother. And in my opinion, this is where they needed to end it, with our image of George Floyd as a human being, as an athlete, as a beloved friend and member of the community. But instead, they jumped on over to Seth Stockton, who is yet another expert in the use of force. And not only is he an expert, okay, Pandora is informing the car chase was 30 miles outside of Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you. Not only is he an expert, but he's a paid expert. And when I say paid, I mean homeboy is paid. The dude makes anywhere from $171 an hour to $250 an hour. That's a lot of cash. And I kind of thought that would hurt their case, the fact that he's paid to deliver this testimony. But then they explained that the prosecuting attorney asked him, the fact that you are paid to do your analysis, does that always weigh in favor of the people that hire you? And oh shit, Fox Hill Dream says $2.95 an hour. You guys are on it. And he said, no, it does not always work out in the case of the people who hire him. It's just how the facts drop. And again, this is yet another witness who is able to testify that the cause of death was Derek Chauvin's knee on George Floyd's neck. And he talked about a bunch of different things too. He talked about a proportional response. He talked about when you get there, you have to evaluate what's happening and evaluate the threat. And he said George Floyd was no threat to anyone. Don't get me wrong, guys. This was a fantastic witness. And I heard people saying that perhaps it had to do with scheduling conflict, like maybe they wanted him to be there earlier, but he couldn't be there until today. I could be wrong. Maybe the actual facts linger in the jurist's head more than an emotional testimony would from Philonise Floyd. So we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. I still think, hands down, I don't care what, it matters a tiny bit what order the witnesses are seen in, but overall, I think the prosecution has proved its case over and over and over. They have eliminated any shred of a doubt. Any shred. If you were listening the entire time, there's no shred of a doubt. There's no shadow of a doubt. There's no doubt. Period. All right, this next piece, this next section is called Living While Black. So let me start off with this. As a father, as a black man with black sons, right? Every parent of black children has to give the talk. And those of you with black children, you know what the talk is. The talk is you sit your kids down, whether it's a boy or a girl, you sit them down and you tell them, if you are ever in a situation where you are approached by police, you must obey their commands. You must not resist arrest. You must be polite. You must say, yes, sir, yes, officer, whatever. Don't put yourself in that position, but sometimes, you don't know, it just happens sometimes because you are living while black, and they will not look at you the same way they will look at other people who are white or whatever. You are automatically in their eyes guilty of something. Okay, so don't fight with them. Don't resist. I will get you out of jail. We will get a lawyer, all that stuff. I can replace anything. I can't replace you. The talk. So over the weekend, and we give the talk because every day on the evening news, we see another mom, another dad have lost their baby to gun violence or to police violence. Yeah. And this week was no exception. This weekend, this young man, Dante Wright, was in his car, and apparently his mother had given him some air fresheners, and there was some dispute about whether or not air fresheners were the reason that they pulled him over. But whatever the reason they pulled him over, there's no reason for that to devolve to escalate into a deadly confrontation. These traffic stops, So they stopped him. They pulled him over. Apparently in Minnesota, you are not permitted to have something hanging from your rear view mirror. I did not know that. That's a law, apparently. So they used that, and then they ran a check on him, and he had some warrants out for his arrest. We learned that after the fact, after they used that bullshit reason to stop him. So he's out of the car. He's got his back to the cops, and they're about to put handcuffs on him. And then something happens, and the dude slips his arms out, and gets back into the car. And this thing happened so quickly. We literally just saw the video today. The police department, they released the body cam video. Like, this is unprecedented. They never release a body cam video this quickly, but they did because over the weekend there were huge protests. So he slips into his car, and then an officer pulls out her gun and says, "Taser, taser, taser." But she's not holding a taser. She's holding a gun. She's holding a Glock. And she pulls that trigger. Boom. And it hits him. And then he drives off and crashes probably almost immediately. So let me just fast forward here. This is the scene where the car crashed. Excuse me. And these are the people that were protesting. Now, this is a taser. This is a taser. Now, not all tasers look like that, but there's a reason that tasers do not look like a Glock or like a regular handgun. You know, this is another one. This is a different one. They make them look and feel different because there were problems before where, you know, like this, where they couldn't tell the difference. Now, come on. You got your handgun and you got your X26 taser. That is a thing I learned today. I'm learning so much stuff that I never wanted to learn because of this goddamn spate of cop violence and handgun violence. It's sickening. So, yeah. So they're offering that as an excuse. Well, there's no excuse for that anyway. There's no excuse. It's manslaughter. It's manslaughter. That young man, a 20-year-old man, he's dead. They had his information. They had his information. You know what they want to take off? You don't have to shoot him. You didn't even have to tase him. Just, you know, get his info, track him down, and you're done. But this is what it's like living while black. You know, if you are unfortunate enough to get into an altercation, or not an altercation, but an encounter with a police officer, to this day, I am a law-abiding citizen. When I was younger, that's a different story. I was a mess. I was a hot mess younger, but I'm an upstanding, tax-paying citizen. But to this day, if I see a police car behind me, dude, I'm serious. I'm nervous. I have no reason to be nervous. I still get nervous. If God forbid, I get pulled over by a cop, I'm nervous. Here's another instance. This is Eric Garner. This was Eric Garner. Eric Garner one day was selling loose cigarettes in New York. It's a crime, sure. It's a petty crime. Like, it's petty. You know, guys used to buy loose cigarettes from each other on the street all the time. 50 cents, some people $1. Really, you're supposed to give $1, but, you know, a lot of times people will, you know, rip you off and give you 50 cents. But there's no reason to die. Eric Garner died that day. He died because he was selling loose cigarettes. He was not armed. They took him down and they choked him to death for cigarettes. This is Philando Castile. Now, I just want to pause, right? Because often with these instances of, you know, police brutality and police violence, police killings, You often hear people say, well, if they had just complied. If they just complied. Don't give me that shit, because that doesn't work either. Philando Castile was actually complying with police. He was respectful, because this is another one. I'm not showing any video of this. This is a traumatic one. This video is, they're all traumatic, but this one in particular, because he's got his baby and his girlfriend in the car when they shot him dead, when he informed them that he had a licensed pistol in the car. He didn't reach for it. They just shot him. They killed him. This is Sandra Bland. Sandra Bland wasn't selling loose cigarettes. She didn't have, did I not say Castile? Philando Castile? Pretty sure. Where's my notes? Yeah. This is Sandra Bland. She didn't have a gun. She wasn't selling loose cigarettes. She didn't have she was minding her business, and she changed lanes on an empty road without using her turn signal. That's it. So a cop pulls her over, and they get into a conversation. She's smoking a cigarette in her vehicle. The cop tells her to put it out. They get into a beef about her cigarette, and the cop decides, you know what? I need to teach you a lesson. And they arrested her. This is from that incident. From a failure to use a turn signal. I'm stuck on that shit. She's dead because she failed to use a turn signal. And then they don't write her a ticket and let her go as they should have. No, she ends up in prison. In jail. Dead a few days later. Dead. Now, some of you may recognize this individual. This is Lieutenant Karan Nazario, who is currently serving in our military. You know how Americans love the military, right? Our military, our soldiers. Yeah, until it's inconvenient for them to love them. Cops pulled him over, but here's the deal. So he had just bought a new car, right? And he had a temporary plate in the rear windshield, the back window. Cops didn't see it. He's driving on a dark road. When they whoop, they try to get him to pull over. Well, if you've been paying attention to the news lately and some cops try to pull you over on a dark road, maybe you don't want to do that. So what he did, he put his hazards on, he slowed down, and he pulled into a well-lit area. Smart move. Might have saved his life. Because once he got there, once the cops got out, they were all amped up. Like they were, smoking meth or something. Get out of the car! All this anger and rage and hostility directed. And he's like, hey, I'm serving our country. This is how you treat me? He's trying to find out, what are you pulling me over for? They pulled him over apparently for a felony traffic stop. The dude had a plate in the window. They were pulling him over because they thought he didn't have a plate. But he had a plate. It should have been over right there. Here's what happened.
What are you, a specialist, Corporal? What are you?
I'm a lieutenant.
Lieutenant, get out of the car. Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. You made this way more difficult than it had to be if you just complied. Get out of the car.
I'm reaching for my seatbelt.
Fine. Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. Straight onto the ground. Straight onto the ground.
He can't even see.
Down. Let's go. Let's go.
Available.
Get on the ground. Get on the
Can you
ground.
please talk to
Get
me
on the
about what's
ground
going
now.
on?
Get on the ground or you're getting sprayed again. Get on the ground.
Can you please talk to me about what's
Get on the
going
ground.
on?
Get on the ground now.
Can you please talk to me about what's going on? Can you please talk to me about what's going on? Can you please talk to me about what's going on? Why am I being treated like this?
Because you're
Why?
not cooperating. Get on the ground.
Why am I being treated like this? This is really messed up. This is really messed up.
Sir, well, just
This is fucked up. This is fucked up. This is fucked up. This is fucked up. This is fucked up.
He is pepper sprayed. He can't see. He can barely breathe. They're not even communicating with him. For what? For what? This is living while black. So apparently, Lieutenant Nazario is mixed. He's black and Hispanic, but to the eyes, they only see this. They only see the skin. So the good news is he is alive. Paula Freitas is asking, was he killed? No, he is alive, and he is suing those cops. One of those cops, only one of them, was fired. Like today. Just one. Today. You know when this happened? It was December. December. 4 months ago. December. 4 months ago. So the only reason that this cop got fired was because people found out about it. Huh? And then it got on social media and this shit went viral. And the police departments were like, shit, well, we got to do something now. Why? Why are you waiting until now? Is it only outrageous because people found out about it? This is the bullshit that's going on. This is the bullshit that allows them to continue to persist in that behavior, in that abusive behavior. It's bullshit. So, living while black, it means that your life matters less than people who are not people of color. I'm not just going to say white people because I believe Asian people and Latinos and, anybody who's not white has differing degrees of difficulty with law enforcement, but primarily it's black. And something has to be done. I saw defund the police trending, and I still don't. I understand why defund the police comes out, and I understand what it means. But again, you have a problem with the messaging in a country where half the people are morons. So if it takes you 5 minutes to explain what defund the police means, you got to find something else. And there's something. It's got 2 syllables also. Reform the police. It's the same thing. Just take everything that you want to accomplish under defund the police and just change the word to reform the police. Stop letting the other side get their backs up on this. Reform, defund. It's the same thing. It's just semantics. But if you want to get something done, don't make them think that you're going to eliminate the police because nobody's stupid. Nobody wants an image of, I'm being murdered, whatever. Call the cops. Sorry, the cops were defunded. That's the narrative that they're going to go with, and you're handing it to them on a silver platter. So can we please stop with the defund the police and come up with words that the majority of boneheads out there can understand? Let's get some test groups together, and figure this shit out. But it's got to happen soon because it's a powder keg out there. It's a powder keg out there. People are not happy with this, and the patience is waning because it's over and over and over. And God forbid we see a negative, we see a negative verdict in the Derek Chauvin trial. I'm worried about that. I am concernicus about that. So yeah, Lee Saunders, good one. Re-educate the police. That's a good one too. But re-educate, that's 4 syllables, so reform. And under reform the police, we could say re-educate them. Divert funds towards having social workers respond to different instances. Stop bringing like all this lethal force to situations that don't require it. Train them on how to de-escalate. God damn. Half of these instances, they're bullshit. All right. I'm going to move right along to this thing right here because I've been waiting to share this with you guys. Yeah, and I do need to, to flush some of that anger out of me. Late at night, wifey and I have been staying up. And look, if you guys know me, if you know me in my personal life, you know that I love music and I also love quizzing people on music. Not just on music, but on TV shows and movies. I can be annoying. I can be. I'm so glad my wife loves me and I know she loves me because she really puts up with my constant guessing games. I'll talk about, we're watching a movie. I'm like, oh, which 5 other TV shows do we know him from? That's my thing, right? So anyway, late at night, we're up and I'm humming some tunes to TV shows. And I'm like, all right, how about this one? What's this? What TV show is this one from? So we thought, hey, this might be fun to share with the tweeps here, with the BDD family. So I give you Name That TV Theme Song. And I'm going to start off with an easy one that I think you guys should be able to get. I'm going to look in the comments here, and whenever somebody gets it, I will advance to that slide, okay? And depending on how easy or difficult it is, that will determine how much of the tune I give you. Are you ready? Here we go. You take the good, you take the bad. That's an easy one. That is the easiest one. Let's see. Which one is that? Which show? Come on now. Yeah, there we go. We got Kathleen was first with Facts of Life, and the rest of you all jumped in at the same time. Correct, the Facts of Life. Okay, so you got the concept. Here we go. We're going to do the next one here. Here's the next one. This is instrumental only, so listen up. Dun, 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 dun. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Let's see. What is it? What is it, guys? Ah, yes. Okay, who's first? Ness jumps in with A-Team, followed by Tracy, Wilbur McCarthy, Synth Fan, Kathleen. Yeah, you guys good. You guys are good. Okay, you are correct. That is the A-Team. Okay. Somebody said chips. Speedtopia said chips. That's okay. That's a good guess. All right. This one is tricky. So listen carefully. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun, ding ding ding, dun dun dun, dun 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 dun. Ah, there we go. We got Mel S with Bewitched, and very close. You had a right before you was Amanda guessed I Dream of Jeannie. I often get those two confusicus. But yes, it is a Bewitched. You guys having fun yet? I love this. I totally love these guessing games. Okay. This one is tricky because not only is it instrumental, but it's a little bit older. So listen to this one. Some of you folks who have watched the older sitcoms will get this. All right, let's see. Let's see if anybody guesses this one. Cat Leedy jumps in there with Dick Van Dyke, followed by Tracy and Cha-Cha, who both typed Duck Van Dyke. Oh, wow, a lot of you. I don't know, maybe the phone is auto replacing the word dick with duck, which is stupid. But yes, the Dick Van Dyke Show. That brink, boom. That was the part where he falls over the ottoman in the middle of the room. Okay. This one, I believe, this one is an old one, but it's kind of easy. So I'm not going to play that much of the song. Okay, ready? Here we go. Dun 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 dun. You guys know. Dun 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 dun. Anita is first with Green Acres, followed by Ness, Catlini, Debbie, and Amanda Crawford. Cindy C, so close with the Munsters, but not correct. Okay. Next up. Oh, this is a kind of a tough one. I didn't watch this show that much. My mom did. Wait, where am I? Yeah, there we go. Green Acres. This next one, I didn't watch this show that much, but my mom loved it. And then later on, as I got older, I learned to appreciate it. Okay, here we go. Doo-doo-doo-doo, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Whoa! Amanda Crawford. She threw down immediately with MASH. You are correct. Followed by Catlini, Tracy, Debbie, and Tina G, Star Shumate, Lee Saunders. Okay, all you guys got it. Scribble my dibbles. You better have got that. Yes, MASH. There may be words to that song. I don't know. But yeah, obviously it was, I guess, a lot easier than I thought. Okay, next up. This is probably one of my all-time favorite sitcoms. Also based out of New York. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. That's kind of already very easy, I believe. Let's see what you got. Nope. Not Taxi. There we go. Let's see. Tracy M jumps in there with Odd Couple. You are correct. Followed by Ness, Amanda, Star Shumate. Let's see. And Marie from New Jersey. It's funny. A few of you thought that was Taxi. I get why you said Taxi, because it is a kind of a similar cadence to that song. Okay. Next one. This one actually has words. This one has words, so I'm going to sing some of the words to this. Okay, you ready? Look at what's happened to me. I can't believe it myself. Eponymous George, you are not invisible. I can see you, but there's a bunch of people who are just jumping on this before you. Let's see. Star Shoemate is first with Greatest American Hero. Eric wants to know, I don't know how y'all remember those shows. You know what? I was amazed as I'm sharing these songs with Wifey. I was amazed at how much TV we watched and still managed to have like a decent childhood. Tracy M jumped in, Synth Fan, Catlini, Marie, Chrissy said Green Acres. No. Trump Reaper, Greatest American Hero, Stacy, Kathy Murphy, Eponymous George. Yeah, there you go. I see you, Eponymous George. EG for short. Okay, thank you guys. Now, I think that might have been the last one. That was the last one for today. If you guys like it, if you like that little game, I got a whole lot of more. Just not for today, but I do got a whole lot of more. If you want to do this again, I'm happy to get down with the get down. All right. Suddenly I'm up on top of the world. Should have been somebody else. Such a good song. Yo, I used to love that song. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. Great. Now that song is going to be stuck in my head. So let's go ahead and jump on into... I got detective shows too. Kathy Murphy wants to say, is saying, do detective shows from the 70s. Challenge accepted. Marie says commercial jingles would be fun. You'd be surprised how many of those commercial jingles I have. Okay, I got to zip on into the next one because I'm running out of time. This one is Raggedy Bish, and it's none other than Raggedy John Cornyn. You know, he's that other pathetic senator from Texas. And why is he pathetic today? Why is he raggedy? Well, you guys all remember the former guy, how every day he used to post insane nonsense on his Twitter feed, right? So John Cornyn apparently has a problem with our current president's failure to tweet. Here's his tweet. He says, the president is not doing cable news interviews. Tweets from his account are limited, and when they come, unimaginably conventional. The public comments are largely scripted. Biden has opted for fewer sit-down interviews with mainstream outlets and reporters. So there's a few problems with this comment. One is that Donald Trump was a raging dumpster fire. You know, if it wasn't fake news, it was like, you are fake news. I'm the greatest. This was his idea of communicating with the press. The other problem with this comment is that it's not his. He tweeted it, did not use quotation marks. He just copied and pasted this shit from Politico. He just copied and pasted basically an entire paragraph, word for word, from Politico. No attribution, no quotation marks. He pulled a page right out of Melania's plagiarized book. Yup. And, you know, this is par for the course with John Cornyn and the rest of the pathetic GOP. Right now, with Trump out of office and his own influence is waning. His influence is waning because he can't reach out and touch the voters anymore. He doesn't have a Twitter. He doesn't have a Facebook yet. Apparently, he's going to get the Facebook back. But so in that power vacuum, they all are trying to figure out how to stay relevant, how to propel themselves upward, and become more noticed. And the only way they can do it is by tweeting or communicating stupid shit. It's a challenge to be the most outrageous, the most stupid, the most vile, And I don't think John Cornyn has a long way to go before he can challenge Marjorie Taylor Greene, Ted Cruz, Lauren Boebert, Matt Gaetz for attention. But that's it. They don't have ideas. They don't have anything constructive to add to the conversation. So they just have to be stupid. So today's You Raggedy Bish is stupid John Cornyn and his plagiarized tweet. That's it. Huh? What can you say? Nothing. All right. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, now I have to kick into fifth gear. I'm going to do The Littlest President. The Littlest President is available on BrooklynDeadDefiant.com, and the address is right there. Go to that web address, and you can get yourself a handy-dandy autographed book that says, "Look, we won," and you get the beautiful swooshy signature. It's so beautiful. I love it so much. And don't forget to hit the like button before you go, because I know you're getting ready to go now. The Littlest President is starring President Barack Obama, Hillary Rodham Clinton, Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Joseph R. Biden, and the R stands for ready to kick that ass. Whew. Bladder Bear pooping, holding the puppet strings on Spanky McDumbass. Complicit Barbie, Rudy Giuliani, Gummy McJuicebox, Kellyanne Conjob, Stephen the Snake Miller, and Mitch McTurtle McConnell. All right. I know I sound, if I sound like I'm trying to speed it up a little bit, it's because I am. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our favorite page, because this is Spanky McDumbass. Spanky McDumbass is sad. He used to be rich. He used to be a businessman. He used to be a TV star. He used to have a Twitter account. He used to be the littlest president. But now Spanky McDumbass is in jail. How did he get here? Let's go back. Speed reading, bitch. All right. Earlier today, I saw that Ukraine is back in the news. Ukraine, because they're still fighting over there, and they're talking about sending more weapons over there. You know, those weapons that they were waiting for, but Spanky McDumbass wouldn't send them until they tried to find the dirt on the Mr. Biden. The only thing Spanky was good at was breaking the law. He just wasn't very good at hiding it. One day, when he heard that former VP Mo Ryden was running for president, Spanky got worried, real worried. He was so worried, he called the president of Ukraine and asked him to investigate Ryden in exchange for military aid that was already approved by Congress. Asking a foreign country to investigate your political rival is illegal, even for a president, especially for a president, because nobody is above the law. And that guy right there on the TV, that's our president. And that guy right there, he is slowly dying a death of insignificance. I love it so much. All right, guys. I am so late and I am so sorry. I will try to get better and try to recalibrate my CP time so that you guys, I don't have to speed read or rush through the end of the shoe. But yeah, I got time for one question. Just one. Sorry, it's so late. It's so late. Let's see. Pasta D says, BDD, you is smart, you is kind, you is important. Thank you. That's very good. That's very good. Corey Lord says, wants to know, are the white people against us? Hello? Oh, really afraid of peace and people? I don't think they're afraid of peace and people. I think what they're afraid of is being irrelevant. You know, everybody wants to be special and important. And there is a real fear out there. There is a real fear of them losing their influence and being replaced. And you might just discard or discount the stuff that Tucker Carlson says, but that shit is actually real. That's a real fear that by the year 2050, America is going to be a majority-minority country. Latinos, I believe, are expected to have the biggest block of population by 2050, and that's concerning them, and that's why they're so adamantly against immigration. I saw somebody else, I can't remember who it was, talking, it might have been him too, talking about how, you know, their votes are just going to vanish or diminish in significance because of the influx of new people. So it's a fear, and I don't know what to do to assuage their fears. I don't even know if I care to do that. I don't give a damn, really. You scared? Good. Be scared. No, the problem, though, is with them being scared, then that's when they act foolish. That's when they do foolish things. Anyway, guys, that is all the time I have for today. Thank you for another awesome episode of Storytime with BDD. I'm your host, BDD, a.k.a. Brooklyn Dad. If you must go out tonight, please make sure you bring an umbrella if it's raining where you at, because it's raining over here the whole day and we don't like it. But also make sure you wear your masks, 2 of them. Wear your gloves. Keep your social distance. 6 feet or better. And have a lovely, luxurious, fantastical evening. I will see you guys here tomorrow earlier. Same time, same place. I love you all. Peace. Hey! Boom. This is our jam. Hey! It's time to dance, y'all. Grab your partner, spin them around, and dance. Hey! Good God! Nina G, there were no trolls today because they heard that I have the magic words, "You need to leave." And they fear them. They fear those words. The word has spread. They are frightened. Hey! Eponymous George. Hey! Yes, indeed. I did enjoy today's show, especially the TV theme song thing, and I'm looking forward to doing the next one. Yes, indeed. Thank you again. And now, you need to